Richard Djerf put to death by lethal injection at the Arizona State Prison Complex this morning in Florence. Djerf confessed to the brutal murder of 4 family members of the Luna family in 1993. It was a calculated crime. He wanted to retaliate for electronics and a gun stolen from his apartment by Albert Luna Jr. 9 months earlier. He went to the home and ended up killing Albert Luna Jr.'s entire family. And he could never explain why he took it so far. Fox 10's Kenzie Beach has more from Florence.
3 decades later, Richard Djerf was executed by the state of Arizona by lethal injection for a crime he confessed to from the very beginning. Djerf killing a mother, a father, their 18-year-old daughter before raping her and then killing their 5-year-old son. A gruesome crime of rage and revenge. Witnesses say it took 9 minutes from start to finish for Djerf to die.
The death penalty is the law of Arizona. We must recognize the seriousness and the solemnness of taking a life. Today should be about the members of the Luna family. Those 4 innocent victims deserve justice, and their loved ones deserve closure.
55-year-old Richard Djerf entered the execution room in all white, wearing black flip-flops as the curtains opened to a standing room-only witness gallery.
When asked if he would like to provide any last words, Mr. Djerf said, and I quote, "I do not."
John Hook recalls the moment Richard Djerf stepped onto the table. Djerf, with his eyes closed, was completely compliant before being restrained to the table and covered up to his chest by a white sheet.
These IVs were put in and removed several times. I counted 4. They were having a really difficult time finding a suitable vein.
The execution process was carried out according to plan.
To be honest with you, this was very quick. I detected heavy breathing and grunts about 2 minutes later. He looked sedated, his mouth slightly agape. His eyes were closed, no movement, no breathing, motionless by 10:32.
Djerf telling reporters in the days leading up to his death he was ready to die, expressing remorse. Djerf's anxiety came from other people watching him die. In 1993, Djerf taunted the Lunas to witness each other's deaths.
You think about the Luna family. They endured 7 hours of torture in that house 32 years ago. It was a heinous crime. And we have to think about the Lunas during this. They deserved justice as well.
After today's execution, there are 107 inmates on Arizona's death row, many of which have exhausted their appeals. In Florence, Arizona, Kenzie Beach, Fox 10 News.
County Attorney Rachel Mitchell had this to say following Djerf's execution today. She said in part, quote, "Richard Djerf is a prime example of why the death penalty exists. Today was a day of final justice, not only for the memory of the 4 innocent lives he took, but also for the only surviving son and the extended Luna family who have carried the weight of that loss every single day. May this bring some measure of finality."
Richard Djerf is the 2nd person put to death in Arizona this year. The first was Aaron Gunchus, who died by lethal injection back in March. Gunchus elected not to have a spiritual advisor present and had no last words. Same with Richard Djerf today. It was the state's first execution when it happened in March in nearly 3 years.
As Kenzie mentioned, 107 people now sit on Arizona's death row, and 3 of them are women. Nearly 24 death row inmates have exhausted their appeals, which means they are the closest to being put to death. And as of right now, there are no scheduled executions in Arizona.
For more of our coverage on this story, you can, by the way, watch my entire report taking you through the horrific crime that happened 32 years ago. That's on Fox10Phoenix.com.